Well, hello. It's January 17th or something, 11 o'clock. We're doing cutting the last YouTube video of the week on this, with stroke recovery walk video. The weatherman came on this morning. He's like, saying that about 5 or 6, whenever it gets dark, it's going to be too cold to dog walk. And it's going to stay too cold to dog walk for several days. And that's, in fact, that's not what I heard. That's what I was thinking when I heard him talk about the weather. And like I was unable to go on a dog walk to recover from my stroke. 4 months after a stroke, I ate a bunch of fish, and not using a cane. My affected arm works to the degree that I can write legibly, but a little bit slow. And so I decided to start cutting the YouTube video at the top of the hill. I call this the toe curler. This is not deep enough to really, truly curl my toes, but if she pulls too fast and if she pulls on the leash, I kind of curl my toes on the way down. And after 4 months ago, when I had the stroke, my whole right side toes wouldn't work. I remember the first toe that sounded off. One day my big toe moved, and I was like, whoa, my big toe moved. I felt so cool. Oh, that was great. But yeah, the weatherman was saying that it was going to get cold when it got dark tonight, so it stayed cold for the next 3 or 4 days. I'm thinking, okay, it's too cold for Ladybug, my #1 therapist. Of course, she's my only physical therapist. I signed up for a bunch of physical therapy, but it's in February. And of course, I've got my speech therapy coming next Wednesday. That's going to be a real cool thing. But I've been practicing talking. Every time I do a YouTube video, I'm thinking about how loud I am and trying to keep things as loud as can be and keep my mouth near the microphone and keep my tongue moving, and I suck on like Werther's candy for a while, and it gets my tongue working. It helps. You wanna try it? And I use sugar-free. I'm not a diabetic stroke victim, but most people that have strokes are diabetic, and so I'm probably, if I went up too much on the sugar, I'd start turning into one or something. And that would be even worse than all my odds, which are worse, worse enough, but here in Colorado we have uh, good edibles, um, and you still have quality of life. Yeah, as long as you can stay balanced long enough to walk your dog. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, yeah. But yeah, I can't smoke anymore. But edibles will always help me feel better if I'm not feeling any good, especially, when you're crippled from a stroke. It is kind of emotionally difficult, but if you're higher than 25 guys, who cares? The only way to do it, kid, is ready, but I swear, I still, you heard just now that I was experiencing like a crying emotion, and I think that the crying that you're hearing isn't actually more than anything else than a byproduct of neuroplasticity. I can only last out here on these walks for a few hours. I mean, when I was a hard hat, I could last for 8 hours. I had 7 in the morning outside doing hard work for 8 hours, and then I'd come home and walk Ladybug. And now that I had stroke, I've retired. I'm on Social Security, and pretty much I can last about 3 hours comfortably out here on a walk. So I'm thinking that soon I'll be able to walk her even more. And I am comfortable with the way I am walking now. I am definitely walking with slow enough pace and smooth enough pace that I think I can go further, but I'm not gonna push it. Like today is the last day of the week that it's gonna be in the 50s, but tomorrow it's gonna be winter again. It's gonna be ski weather, and there'll be snow and everything, and so we might just be able to remember that I was putting. Remember when I wanted to throw in the towel and lay in bed all day and face down and not face the music and get up out of bed. That was last week sometime. Well, it's gonna be cold enough to do that. So finally, I'm going to pull the sabbatical card for a day or 2 or 3 with the cold as my excuse not to do anything. Of course, I'll still be doing writing. It's very important that on my right hand I've started to learn to sign my name and good gesture, and I've started to learn to write legibly enough that if somebody comes over and I ask them if they can read it, and they say, yes, I can read it, those people confirm my belief that my writing is good, even though I've been writing about stuff like nonsense. And almost always say, what's this? You're writing about writing. About writing. Yeah. And it's like, that's, well, I'm running out of material, And so we're going to stop here at that 10 minutes.